What is going on, guys, and welcome back to 85 Opportunities. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. It really helps out a lot. Share this video with your friends, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the post notification bell so you guys stay up to date with all of our latest and greatest videos. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the reason why we have crypto, the reason why we have NFTs, and the reason why all this crazy stuff is going on in the world. We're going to be talking about the blockchain.
Yes, the blockchain is where most, if not all of the content we talk about here on this channel is going to be created. It allows for large networks to process a lot of information and to apply it in many different ways. But the concept of blockchain was actually created back in 1991. So it was extremely long time ago.
That's crazy, like 1991.
It's so long ago. So this has been really a process in the works throughout time. Over the last 30 years, but it really didn't become popular until 2009 when Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, and he was using this technology, and that's really when it gained most of its traction.
It's crazy that we see that, like, we think that blockchain just happened overnight and all this crazy stuff happened overnight, but it's been going around for years and years, decades at this point. And you know, we just saw it emerge with Bitcoin in 2009, and it didn't really even become big until recently. No one was talking about the blockchain, and now it's everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
And that is why it is an extremely exciting time to be alive right now. This is all, well, although it's not brand new, it is new to us, and it is emerging in our world with the concepts of Web3, everything coming about that. But how can blockchain technology really be applied?
So blockchain is technology that can be used to create a permanent and public and transparent ledger system for compiling data on sales, for tracking digital use and payment to creators. So the blockchain essentially is a growing list of records called blocks, and they're all linked together, hence the name, blockchain. It's pretty self-explanatory how they came up with that name. They weren't pretty creative with that one there.
Yeah, they did all right with that one.
But each block contains a hash of the previous block, a timestamp, and a transaction data. The timestamp proves that the transaction existed when the block was created.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so what he was talking about when he means a hash too, that's kind of not a very technical term, but to dive more into that, it's very similar to like a fingerprint. Each person has their very own fingerprint. There's no two of the same. That's same with the block. They're coded in a manner to where each one is very unique, but they all are coded in a string, so that they, or a significant line that so that they are based off one another, and that is why the blockchain is so secure. The fact that they are all connected means that nobody can go in and change anything, otherwise you'd be completely destroying or corrupting that blockchain.
Yeah, you kind of hit it on the head right there with that example of like how a hash is a fingerprint and it has that unique code. Like only one person is ever going to have your fingerprint, the same way that block only has that specific set of data. And there's three parts to every block. There's the data, the hash, and the hash of the previous block, which you mentioned, which links them all together. And the blockchain is built on a proof of work concept, which means that every block is connected because that hash from the previous block, if one of the blocks way down the line gets tampered with and they change the hash, every single block thereon is invalid, and therefore everything on that network would be completely wiped off. And that's why it's so secure, and you just really can't do anything to it after it's published.
You nailed it right there. So that's really what a blockchain is. But you mentioned networks, and there are various different networks within the blockchain. So Matthew, what are some of those? Are some of the most popular ones that we are seeing today?
There's tons of networks out there, but the most popular ones, we have obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana is up and coming. We've seen Solana be on a huge uprise within the last 6 months. Coin has gone crazy. Their network has gone crazy. A lot of projects have been moving towards Solana because of the gas fees on Ethereum. But we also have smaller networks that are emerging like Polygon and Flow. I really like Polygon and Flow because they enable creators to do a lot more. It's not as complex of a system, and it's kind of a network built for creators to kind of like all these different games.
It's much more user friendly as well.
Yeah.
People can just get on. They don't want to have to deal with some difficult system that nobody can understand. Like what you were about to mention with Dapper Labs too, like it's a much more user friendly base that people can really get into.
And they're starting to move away from like the bigger networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Even you can't build projects on Bitcoin, that's more of for transactions and store of value. But a lot of projects are moving away from Ethereum just because of the high gas fees, which hopefully with the next layer of Ethereum's coin, we see those gas fees go down. They've told us that it was going to go down for a long time, but it's insane, some of those gas fees.
And I don't know if we explained gas fees in our last video, but what gas fees are is really validation of purchase. It is essentially a fee that is taking the information that is coded on the blockchain and is making it yours. So without the gas fees, the validation of the purchase can't actually happen. So that's why they have those, and
those gas fees are actually a little bit of a newer thing, because when the blockchain was originally developed, it didn't have these complex smart contracts integrated in it, and now it has developed to a point where every block has a proposed contract that can be partially or fully executed or enforced without human interaction. So it essentially just, those gas fees is what is going to the network that is verifying that transaction, like you had said.
Right, absolutely. So, and with new networks popping up all the time, there's some emerging, it seems like every month now, yes. With a new token that they each support. But what are some possible new developers within the blockchain?
So we've actually seen Alphabet, Google's parent company.
That just recently happened this week. So that is something to stay tuned on. We will keep you guys posted with that information as well.
All about that. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Google it's a giant. They own everything. So tech giant. They're always onto some crazy stuff, and now they're getting into the blockchain, and I bet you they're gonna do something with AR. I 100% see it coming.
Yes, that they even mentioned it in the article. They did talk about augmented reality as well as other metaverse possibilities for work and for gaming. So who knows what we can expect from them. And what else is up to come?
With the blockchain and everything, I can't wait to see what happens as it develops over time. We're going to see the blockchain develop into this crazy system of Web3 and everything that's going to be built on it. And as these systems become more complex, you're going to see tons of different things. And the metaverse, once that becomes a bigger thing, and gaming, everything on the blockchain. I think gaming is going to be the absolute biggest thing on the blockchain. NFT gaming, play-to-earn gaming, is going to revolutionize how people play games.
It most definitely will, and it might be what we were talking about next episode. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section about what you want us to talk about and or what you guys are interested in. But just another announcement in what happened in Web3 this week. GameStop announces that they are partnering with Immutable X to create their very own marketplace.
That's going to be crazy. I knew for a little bit that GameStop was kind of working on their own marketplace, but them to be partnering with Immutable X, someone that's in this space, kind of knows what they're doing already, I think that's going to be big for them. And I think that with gaming, if they can develop something with GameStop, GameStop was a dying company for a while. No one was buying games, and the whole crazy GameStop situation, that was a whole different situation,
completely unrelated to what we're talking about right now. But
GameStop, if they can get into this space and they can make something work, I think they're gonna see something crazy for them long term. It's gonna be absolutely insane.
Yes, no, 100%. But that is one of the biggest things that we are looking at. But like I said, our next episode we might talk about crypto gaming and other play to earn projects that are coming out, as well as keeping you up to date with some very new projects that we're looking at ourselves and or holding. So feel free to drop a like, drop a comment. But I think that's all the content that we have for today.
Yes, that is all the content we have for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Like I said in the beginning, it really helps us a lot. If you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to stay up to date with our latest and greatest videos by turning on the post notification bell. As always, guys, I'm Matthew Maselli.
And I'm Carter Getty.
And we will catch you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Peace.
This is 85 Opportunity.